I am back to my build your own 3D print idbox by DeAgostini's, pack number 7. I forgot to say, last one was halfway through. I'm building it anyway because I've got probably loads of adjusting it and getting it right and printing to videos to come. Huh? Most of my head's shown now. Like with this issue, you got, I haven't said this actually before, you get this, which is the head block. Don't see, there it goes. That's head block, we'll be using later on, so keep that to the side. And you got these two jigs. These are to line up the sliders and everything like that, so it'll be perfect. So what you do is have it so the front is facing you, which I have. I've already done this. You undo the top set screws, this one, the far back left one, and the two front ones. And this allows these sliders to move without having any problems. So you can move these on their own separately. And when you've done that, you get one of the smaller poles, and you poke it through the back. I've lined these up the other day. Poke it through the slider. There's a hole in the back of this here. You poke it through the other slider, and then you make it so it don't poke out the ends. It has to be flush with the ends of the sliders. Like so, you can just about see it. That's a flash. And when you've done that, that's 5 stages. Then you have it so the front is facing you again, and you get one of the jigs and have it so there's one hole here, see this big hole, that's towards you, and put that over the front pole. Does that make sense? Oh, that's what I've done. Yeah, sorry, I've gone mad. So ignore that first one. Nah, it won't make mistakes. You take the pole and take it from the left hand side. Yeah, whatever. Take it to the left hand side, not the front side or the back, this one. And you slide it through again, make sure it's level. That's better. So you're doing the x-axis, the y-axis, which is left and right, not the x-axis, which is top to front and top. Right, get the jig again, have the hole, as I said, at the front, and hook it over the front x-axis, y-axis pole, and then just move the slider rods so they fit into the slot in the jig, and the same with the back here. That's it. And get this other one and do exactly the same with the other side. That should fit in there quite nicely, like that, simples. And when you've done that, tighten in 3 screws you undid before, which I've just got a screwdriver. So you just tighten up them when the jigs are in place, so you know it's going to be lined up nicely. He says. I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be back with you in a minute. Wait, that's that done. That was a bit of a pain. But you change it so that the front is away from you now, the back's towards you. Get the pole and slide it through the back slider over the top of the pole you put in a minute ago, and again line it up with the slider at the back or the front of the build. That's that done there. And then what you do is you turn it so the front is to your right, like so, and then you get the jigs again, and this time you put them in from underneath, which is a bit odd, I know, which is easier said than done. Luckily with these cutouts and the printer, it makes life a bit easier. Right, and just slowly pull back. Right. Let's reload it. That won't stay in place though. So if I don't know how you would just keep them in place. Don't try and force the head of the groove, run the groove, and the groove. So I'll just do it so that for now they line up. Yeah, they line up quite nicely. Both sides of the jig, and everything's perfect. And then again, you tighten up the 3 set screws on the bottom slide timing pulleys, and I'll do that, and I'll be back with you with stage 28, which is heating blocks. That's all lined up and put to the side for now. There's no point messing about with that now. I'll check it before I do it later. So you get the head block and you get a heater block. There's 2 sides, as you can see. There's one side with a threaded hole, there's the other side with another threaded hole at the bottom. So what it says is you put it on the block so that, and then you turn it 1, 2, 3 hole revolutions. Try that again. So start like that. So that's 1, 2, 3 hole revolutions on it. So it looks like that. No, so to light, it looks like that. So you've got 3 holes here and a big hole here, like so. And then you get the actual nozzle where the POA or ABS will come out, and then screw that into the hole at the bottom of the block. Just put it in, and then you can tell that I've done it up really tight. Done it up, and it goes all the way to the end. So you just keep going until it's sort of got 1 mil gap instead. So it actually is better. So like that. That's it. See now, there's a 1 mil gap between the heater block and the nozzle end, and it's all right. See, that's what it says in the magazine to do it as. And that should be perfect. Here I'll take anyway. So there's the next part. Make sure there's a 1 mil gap. No gap, nothing like that. Just makes this 1 mil gap is perfect. Heater block nozzle will temporarily fix together to block by screwing into the cylinder. The heat shrink and the cooling fan next. So put that to the side, and you get the last cooling fan. There might be another one here, I'm not sure. I had that already out of the box already. What they call this, fan guard. A couple of 26mm screws. They look short, but they're not. And you get this. This is the heat shrink sink fan draft blocker strip and some thermal grease. No clue. So that's what it says it's called. So that's what I go with what it says. So you get the block assembly you did on the previous stage. A lot of background sound again. Have it so that the 3 holes are pointing upwards. And I'll bring you down to show you this close up a bit more. That's better. So I'm working this way to get some of the grease.
Thank you.
And you cut the corner off the end. And what you do is you get a stick, which I haven't got, and you put some of the grease on the heater block. It says try not to put any in the holes of the screws, so it looks something like that. Gives you plenty of grease, so that should be perfect. Then you get the heater block, is it? Heater block? Your head block, sorry. And you have 2 screws, holes in the top there, and you put it so that this hole's on the left hand side, and you line it up with the 2 holes on the head block. You get this draft strip, heat shrink even, and you put it in there last. 2 fins, last 2 fins. Yeah. Put in the last 2 fins like that. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but That's what it tells you to do. That's what it tells you to do. And get the fan. And like the other time, you put this face down onto the heater block. The wire pointing up the top left. It's actually right this time. It's not wrong this time. Thank God. And you get two. No, you don't. Sorry. And you get the the fan guard again. And put it on top of the head, top of the fan. Obviously, you get a 26mm screw. They do them up in only 2 of the top holes. There's not enough holes for the other 2 holes even. You know what I mean. And that should line up with the head you've been doing it go. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, that will lines up nicely. Does it say do up too much? Tighten each screw until they are both tight. Yeah. And that's what it should look like. Which is kind of odd really. But it says if there's any excess like this left, clean it off with a rag and then that'll be done. I'll be back with you in a minute when I go and clean this off. I'll do that. Stage 30 and the last stage of this one. It's nice and quick. Nice quick issues. This quite nice quick packs, pack 7. You get this, which is the cartridge heater. Cartridge heater will, heat everything. I'm not even sure what it does. This heats the head and make sure the stuff works. I'm guessing. To be honest, I'm not even sure what it does at the moment. So what you do, you get this, and what does it say? Larger the 2 holes in the block, right? So what you do is you put it, obviously the largest hole in the block there, so it's not hard to miss. Pardon me. You put it in all the way there. That goes to the side, and you get this 1.5mm set screw, which is absolutely minute. It comes with an Allen key with this set, but I don't use that Allen key. I use my screwdriver set. Yeah. If you want to get this screwdriver, let me know in the comments. There is a link on my R2 videos. I'll put a link on this. I'll put a link on this description anyway to this Oria screwdriver set. I'll be using every screwdriver set in every single video now, so if you haven't seen the last ones, that's the screwdriver piece it comes with. Look at all them different size, shapes, and even some of course sockets as well. So it comes with quite good and a bendy bit and extendable as well. So very good screwdriver. Lasts well so far anyway. Right, that's it. That's enough advertising for today. Anyway, right, that's it. We are done. And this little heat shrink has come out as well, but that's easy enough to put back in. That just slides into there like so. Anyway, that'll be falling out later on anyway, so we leave that. That's it. That's stage 30 and pack 7 done. You're left with this. This will be on the head, obviously. This will be that way round because that's where the POA and ABS or whatever you're using will be popping out there, and that'll be done. Next one, I think this will be attached to the body of the printer, and we'll see how that goes. Hit the like, subscribe. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and did I say subscribe button? Like, share and subscribe. It's easier to say that way around. And see you next video, maybe tomorrow. Bye.